Hello and welcome to your 2019 yearly readings. These are general readings for you. Also listen to your rising sign and your moon sign for more detail on what these readings hold. I am also going to offer you a personalised reading, yearly reading, which is going to be much more specific to you. It allows you to progressively go through 2019, have an overview and have a look at the energies that are there for you month by month so that you can plan the year and utilize the energy, not work against the energy, but utilize it and understand why you're feeling in a particular way and how best to utilize the energy that is around you for that particular month as you progress through the year. If you would like to have a personalized reading, I'm going to be offering personalized readings for the month of December and January only. That will give you a specific reading for you and have a look at the specific energies that you're going to be working with in 2019 and what's in store for you. If you would like to have a personalized reading, you can follow the link to my website and you can book your reading from there for the month of December and January. So I hope that that will be helpful for you in your planning of the year. I wish you many blessings.
Hello Scorpio, welcome to your yearly 2019 reading. So it's a reading for the year of 2019. This is a general reading for you, Scorpio. Also listen to your rising sign and your moon sign and listen to it month by month. Some months that particular month may resonate more for you in your rising or your moon sign. So have a listen to that as well. I've laid out 12 cards, one card representing 1 month of the year for 2019. I've also got a second deck that I will be using to expand on what I'm picking up for you in each of the months. So you get 2 cards per month. All right, so let's see what's going on with you in 2019, my lovely Scorpions. So we have here, the first card is the Queen of Cups, and of course the Queen of Cups is representative of Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio. It can be a female, male or female, that is very much around you, very much in your thoughts, very much nurturing and supporting you, or is just there, can be in your thoughts or in your physical domain. Also, this card can represent you, of course, my lovely Scorpios, because it is your card that's here. And it represents some... the energy that I feel is coming through for you is one of getting out of your head and having a month of really being quite intuitive, being in touch with your feelings, overcoming problems by your intuition, by feeling it, being there, being nurturing for others, giving to others. So it's very much about giving to others, giving out to others, but as well as don't forget to self-nurture as well. Follow your instincts, follow your gut. It's not about solving issues, solving problems logically in your head, this mental thinking. It really is about feeling the situation. It's about feeling your way through situations, feeling your way through resolutions or course of action, or what needs to happen to overcome particular situations. So January is really going to be a month of tuning into your emotions. That fell out at me. Tuning into your emotions. And the card that fell out here is the Queen of Pentacles, which is really interesting. It's 2 queens. This can represent a male or a female. It can also represent Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person that is very much around you, very much in your vicinity, is supporting you, is just there, very present in January, very, very present in January. It's also the energy that you can draw from this, my lovely Scorpios, is one of being earthed as well. So here I'm saying to you, follow your intuition, follow your gut, but also be earthed. Look at look at things practically. Be, I suppose, being earthed, I get a sense of be confident in what you're feeling. Be confident in how you're perceiving things. Be confident in how you're resolving issues. It's about staying. She's very calm. She's very confident. She loves beauty. She loves tranquility, and so put yourself in energetically in that space and that helps balance your emotions, helps you tap into your intuition as well. Very powerful month in January because you've got two queens, which can represent males or females, but it's the energy that comes with them. It's quite majestic, quite nurturing, quite loving, but confident and self-assured as well. So that's a really lovely way to start the year. It's a really lovely way to start the year. Then along comes February, and as February comes through, you've got the Fool here, and the Fool is the first card of the Tarot, which is interesting that you've got it so early in the year, and it's about new beginnings. It's about new ventures, new projects, new ways of doing things, new ways of perceiving things, new behaviours, new way of dealing with people. They're beginnings. They're beginnings here. You're beginning this journey of, I get a sense of January, you're really finding yourself, you're finding your level, you're finding your balance and your stability where you feel strong. And it takes you into February where you're quite confident in moving forward, you're quite confident in how you, what your beliefs are, reviewing them. Maybe they need to change. How you deal with other people. Absolutely new beginnings. It's a new year and it's a new beginnings for many of you. New job, new way of working, new ideas, new ventures. These new beginnings can come through in many ways, but it's going to be really this energy of you're going to find new opportunities being presented to you, synchronicities coming your way, having the courage to keep your balance. It's all about keeping your balance, and that's something that you're going to learn in January, about keeping your balance so that you can move forward with success. That's going to be really important because it's really great opportunities there for you to really I want to use the words reinvent yourself. That's going to be really important because there's also going to be a lot of celebrations around that. There's going to be a lot of joy, a lot of celebrations. There's a news of an engagement, the birth of a child. It could be your engagement, you're having a child, or someone in the family, someone close to you, marriage, parties, it's anniversaries, there's celebrations for your achievements, celebrations for completing a part of your life and starting on a new road, on a new venture. Maybe you're retiring and starting this new year with all these possibilities opening up to you, and really enjoying them, celebrating this part of your life that you're coming into, which is really lovely. Then along comes March. March is interesting. March is about soul searching. March is about going really deep within you. The moon is there, and the moon represents the subconscious. It represents also the divine feminine, getting in touch with your feminine side, male or female, getting in touch with your feminine side, which means getting in touch with your feelings. Having having the past come up, reviewing the past, have the past come up and what's gone on in the past. How have you carried yourself? How have you made decisions? Is there anything that you would like to change? Anything that you've regretted or anything that you've learned from? Reviewing that, but now it's time to walk away from that. So it's turning your back on the past, turning your back on what's happened in the past, any regrets, anything anyone's, any situation you've found, because I was going to say anything anyone's done to you, but nobody does anything to anyone. It's really up to you as an individual as to what you take on and how you react to those situations. So, you're taking that on. You are also playing a part in any situation that comes up because there's learning there. There is learning there for us. And I know that's hard to hear for a lot of you, but it's very true. You're in a situation to learn, and so you've learned what you've needed to, and it's now time to move on to the future. Move on to, these new beginnings that started in February. So you've decided to move on from that, and you've got this wonderful card, which is the Magician, and you moving on to a new horizon, new future, new opportunities. You are in a position to be able to manifest and create, because there's a balancing. You're earthed. You've got the passion and desire and the learning, which is the swords, the mind, the thinking, the swords, processing, and your cups, of course, which is your emotions. Everything comes into balance. Everything comes into harmony with this realization of what you're leaving behind and what you've learnt, and moving on from that. You're moving on from the past, which I like. And now you're able to create your future, create what you want to bring into your future, create what you want to have there, what opportunities are there. So it's going to be a fabulous month for leaving the past where it belongs, moving on to the future, and with that, being able to create what you're wanting out of your future. Laying the groundwork in March. That's the energy that's around you. Really lovely. And then you've got April, which is the Ten of Swords. And again, you see, it's the learning. So there's big review time here. There's the learning that you've had, the learning that you've undergone, through difficulties, through hard times. But there's learning there. There's learning there. And that learning all becomes part of you. If you look closely, there's a tattoo on his back, and the swords are etching that. What's caused you mental anguish? What's caused you sleepless nights? What's caused you pain about overthinking situations, overthinking the way things are? It's now time to leave that behind. That's etched, that's made its mark on your psyche. You've learned what you've needed to learn, and it's now time for completion. So April sees a completion of that. A completion of that. Because you're leaving, because it's interesting, because in March you make a conscious effort to leave the past in the past and move on to the future. And so April also shows you things that you've learned from the past that you can take with you. Even you don't have to take the pain and the hurt and the regret or whatever it is for you. You don't have to take that with you. Oh, a whole lot fell out here, so I'll just put those back and take a card for you, which is really a good month. They're just all coming out for you, really. Okay, so it's about what have you learned, but now it's also about releasing, looking at what you've learned and living in the now, being playful, lighten up, lighten up and enjoy the emotions and the joy and the happiness that is going to come in April for you. So it's this healing energy as well that's coming in, and it's about being playful, discovering that inner child, living in the now, and really enjoying the moment, living, being happy, nurturing the self. I really like that too. Okay, so then you've got May, and in May you've got the Page of Wands. Pages are not about action, they're about processing, they're about thinking. If you look at her eyes, she's quite pensive, there's cunning, calculating, and there's a chessboard there. And so it's about what's your next move? What are you going to plan in this opportunity of new beginnings in 2019? Potential for newness, potential for new things to come in. So you're planning it, you're being strategic. She's being strategic. She's thinking about her next move. She's not just jumping in there and accepting anything. So if it's a new job that you're wanting to move into, you're going to think about it. You're going to think about what it is you want to be, what do you want to do, where do you want to work, does it suit you, is the money, the pay, is that a good good enough for you. Really plan your next move. If you're going into business for yourself, put everything down on paper, make the calculations, make sure it's going to work for you. So you're really going to be planning your future in May. Planning your future in May with care, not impulsively, but it's really about, I want to now pursue my purpose. I want to fulfill my passion. I want to find the joy in what I do. I really want to make some changes, and it allows for new beginnings. That's fabulous, isn't it? So your planning is going to pay off because it's the turning point for you. So May is going to be a real turning point for you of bringing in what you want, really thinking about and planning your next move, taking with you the skills and the knowledge and the talents that you have to bring them into this next chapter of yours. Because there's fabulous, it's going to be the beginning of new beginnings in May for you, which is really lovely, great energy. And then you've got June, and in June you've got the Knight of Wands. You know, the Page of Wands in May. In June, you progress to the Knight of Wands. Interesting how they just sort of follow through, don't they? Because I've really shuffled these cards. The Knight of Wands is about now you're ready. In June, you've thought about it, you've planned, you've been strategic, you know what you want, you know what direction you're moving in, and now it's time for action. Enough talk, enough planning, enough writing down. It's now time to take action. It's now time to push forward, ride forward into the unknown with courage, with passion, with belief in yourself that it's going to work. It's going to work for you. It's going to be fabulous for you. So it's an action month. June is an action month. It's really get down and let's get going. Let's get moving with this. So you're going to have this real energy of, okay, it's time. I'm going to just move ahead with what I've planned, because you've had a whole lot of creative ideas, a whole lot of planning. Make sure you keep it realistic. Make sure you keep it realistic so that you can achieve them, that you don't bite off more than you can chew. Really, but I feel like you've thought about it in May. So this is really about, these are your goals, these are your dreams, these are your ambitions, this is what you want to achieve, this is where you want to be. You're going to have all of that laid out. You're going to know, you're going to have that emotional feeling and connection to what you're doing in June. I really like that. That's absolutely fantastic. Let's move on to July. So in July, we've got fabulous, the Magician, which follows through with the Seven of Cups. It's, you know, this is all that's possible. This is everything that is possible. And then in July, you've got the Magician. So you're able to conjure up. You're able to, because this is the second time you've got the Magician. Remember, you've got the Magician in March as well, coming up again, because they're different decks. Remember, I'm using 2 decks. And the Magician's coming up for you again in July, where you can really create your future. You can, so what I'm hearing too is a word of warning. Don't allow others to influence you in what choices you're making, because you know what direction you need to go in. You know what choices you need to make. So really make sure that you tap into that intuition that you were developing in January, and create and manifest the future that you have always wanted, the future that you've wanted to create with confidence, moving forward. The Magician's a great one to create, change your reality, bring into your reality what it is you're seeking, what it is you're wanting. Absolutely. And do it with strength. You are really strong. You've got this lioness strength, the lion's strength. You've got the strength, you've got the ability, you've got the confidence to move forward and do this. And that energy, you're going to... July for you, my lovely Scorpios, is going to be a really confident energy, and nothing can stop you. You know exactly where you're headed, what you're doing, and what you want to create. Absolutely wonderful. It's a really strong energy. So then you've got, in August, you've got the Two of Swords, the Two of Swords. It's because I need my glasses. The Two of Swords. And I feel like August is going to be a month of needing to make some decisions, needing to make some choices. Make sure, I'm going to say to you, make sure that you have all the facts in front of you, that you have all the information that you need in front of you to enable you to make those choices. That's going to be really important, because when you're armed with information, when you're armed with everything, all the facts, the choices are going to be easier. But the fact that she's blindfolded, it's almost as if you're making the, you're being told to make these choices without knowing everything. So make sure that you've got the facts all lined up. If you know the facts, you know what's ahead, the choices aren't going to be difficult. But it is a month of decision making. It is a month of decision making, so make sure, forewarned is forearmed. Make sure you have all the facts in front of you. Have all the facts in front of you. You've got the King of Cups here as well. The King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So whether there's a male or female, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer around you, that's going to just make sure they're there to help you make the choices, not that they're trying to force their opinions onto you, but that they're there to make choices and decisions. And support you in those, rather than take over and say, well, this is what I think you should do. Listen to your instinct, okay? This could also represent you being quite capable and quite strong enough to be able to make those decisions and choices there as well. So it could represent you being in touch with your intuition. Listen to that. Quite cool. I mean, the fact that he's crossing you there in August, you've got the King of Cups, which could be male or female, and I feel like it's the energy that's with you. There is a confidence in what you want to achieve and where you're headed and what's going to happen. So there's really nothing to worry about in August, but make those decisions. Tap into your intuition. You'll know what to do. You'll know what to do. Then in September, you've got the Ace of Cups, which is new beginnings on an emotional level. If you're in a relationship, a marriage, then it's about rediscovering each other, having a stronger connection, seeing each other in a different light, really building that bond, building that connection. For some of you, it's going to be you're walking away from a relationship and there's new emotional situation opening up for you. For people that are single, it's relationships and romance and a partner. If that's what you're seeking, then that energy is certainly there around you. It really is an energy in September of feeling, of emotion, of being charismatic, magnetic. It's about finding that new love. Finding that new love, being on a level of new beginnings as far as romance goes. Well, I'll just get that, excuse me. Pick that up off the floor. Wow. Look what flew out. The Ace of Wands. Passion, excitement, fire. So whoever you're going to meet here, or if it's your relationship, your current relationship that you're wanting to re-spark, it's going to be absolutely magical in September. Absolutely magical. And there's going to be lots of romance, lots of magnetic energy. So if you're single and you're looking for a partner, get out there and really work the room. Work the room. If you're not, if you're happy being single, you're content where you are, then that's fine. That energy is there for you to do what you will. It can also mean that you'll have this, it's a month of connecting with friendship, with friends, with family, with people around you, making new acquaintances, making new friends, having that strong connection, getting out there and mingling with people. If you don't want to find someone to have a permanent relationship, doesn't mean it's going to happen. You're going to have, you need to use that energy. You use that energy and you put in the groundwork, you put in the motivation. Okay, so Fantastic month in September. Really, I can just feel it. It's really electric, really electric. It's fantastic. October, and you've got the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, and this is, the Knight, remember, is about doing. It's about taking action. It's about putting your best foot forward. It's about making things happen. And this is making things happen on an emotional level. So, from September to October, you're in there. You're in there making things happen, making connections happen, making the connections stronger, making new connections that will last and go beneath the surface as far as emotions go. You're going beneath the surface, which is fantastic, What you'll also be asked is that you change your perspective on things. Change your perspective and view on relationships. If you've been in relationships where you've been hurt or betrayed, they haven't worked for you, then don't have this expectation, well, the next relationship's going to be like that. Change your perspective on how you're viewing this new relationship. Change some things, you may have learnt some things through the year, because there's that sort of energy as well, to change your behaviours, change your expectation of what's going to happen as the relationship progresses. Don't go in it with preconceived ideas, because that will only lead to suffering. Okay? So there's your choice there. That's free will for you to make those choices and decisions. November, your birthday month, you have the Tower, and everyone goes, oh no, the Tower. That's not always a bad thing. The Tower also asks you to change your ways of thinking. Break down those walls, break down the walls of how your belief system, your behaviours, how you think, old ways of thinking that are no longer serving you. It's about breaking those walls down, letting those crumble to rebuild something new, to rebuild something that's going to work for you. That's what that is asking you to do. So it's not disastrous. It really is about breaking down walls, I feel, because there's new beginnings coming up for you. So you've got to break down the old. You've got to break down old behaviours, old walls that you've built, resistance, ways of thinking that are not serving you. Get rid of those so that you can, and that will allow you to build new structures that are sound, that are secure. It's moving forward in abundance. In prosperity, prosperity of love, prosperity in many other ways, whatever that is for you. Whatever that is for you, you're going to be challenged to get rid of the old to allow the new in. To allow the new in. The more work you do, the more you clear, the more there's going to come into you. More opportunities that you're going to be presented with, which are going to be absolutely fantastic. Come December, and you've got the Two of Coins, and the Two of Coins is about balance. You're going to be balancing. You're going to be busy. December's going to be a busy month, and it usually is anyway, isn't it? But December's going to be a busy month. It's about balancing everything you want to do, remaining balanced, remaining even-keeled. I feel like there's a bit of... you'll be a little bit under stress, under duress, where you might snap, you might just be tired. So make sure that you are balanced in December, that you're balancing your workload, that you're taking time out and looking after yourself, doing nice things for yourself as well. And you're crossed with the Wheel of Fortune, because what's coming up for you is the Wheel of Fortune. What goes around comes around, and it's now your time to reap the benefits of the Wheel of Fortune. And so you're balancing work, and you're balancing home, you're balancing, I feel like there's planning for a vacation or some sort of holiday or some trip that you're going to take. There's planning of something, some change of environment, some change of pace coming up for you as well, because it's your turn to start enjoying this, and that Wheel of Fortune keeps turning in your favour into 2020 as well. So there's great times ahead. I hope that's been beneficial for you, my lovely Scorpios. I hope it gives you a sort of timeline and gauge of what will happen month to month, and you can see the flow of, if you do the work in 1 month, it flows through into the next, and it becomes a much stronger energy. So it's totally in your control. I wish you many, many blessings. I wish you prosperity and good fortune for 2019 and much joy. And also, I'll also say as well, if you would like to have a personal reading, a personal yearly reading, I am going to offer those for the month of December and January only. So it's a 2-month period that you can book in for a personalised yearly reading. If you follow the link below to my website, you can book the reading from there. So many blessings to you, Scorpio.